What's going on, people? It's been a crazy week in Pokemon Unite. We've got one-shot bugs, instant Unite ults, all different kinds of exploits, and I wanted to talk to you guys about it. So if you find this little discussion to be informational at all, please consider liking, commenting, and subscribing. And please, I want this to be a little bit of a discussion, so drop your comments. Let me know what you guys think about the whole situation down below, please. And hop in Discord if you want to chat. But anyway, so this week, we had a massive exploit issue in Pokemon Unite. Specifically, Crustle could basically get instant Unite ults for the entirety of a game, totally accidentally, but also very much intentionally. And Lucario could straight up one-shot entire teams, and literally can one-shot characters 6 levels above them. It was ridiculous. And I didn't want to talk about it as it was really going on because I didn't want to bring more attention to it, and I didn't know, I don't know how Nintendo views this whole thing, right? Do they care if you talk about exploits and show them? Do you not? I don't know. I just played it safe and decided to not show anything, but now they are officially patched. They are fixed, so I feel like now I can talk about them. And that's what this video is about. We're going to be explaining what happened and why it happened and why that's a problem. Okay, so for the Crustle Bug, this bug was not something that players could control. This is something that literally it would just happen naturally in a game, and there's no way around it if you're playing Crustle. And the problem with that is you can't try and avoid it if you don't want to get reported or anything like that, or if you want to report people for it, it's hard to report people for exploiting when it's literally just a function of the character, and a very small percentage of the player base actually knew what was going on. So with Crustle, you literally would start off a game, and you'd have your normal Unite move charge rate, right? You would go and have, if you go and kill the Corphish, it would give you 5% of your Unite move, recharge. But if you went and died, that 5% would jump to 10%. And then if you died again, that would jump to 20%. And if you did it again, it would jump to 25%. And basically, if you died 6 times as Crustle, whether it was intentionally or accidentally, on around your 6th death, every single time you would go and kill a wild Pokemon camp, you would get 25% of your Unite move back. If you went and hit Vespiquen and you killed all the Vespiquen minions, you'd get an instant Unite move recharge. Literally 0 to 100. And this was a major problem. Obviously, you don't want people having instant Unite moves, especially in ranked games. And, people like playing Crustle because they cheese with Score Shield and Buddy Barrier, right? If you've been living under a rock, the main Crustle go-to is running Score Shield, running Buddy Barrier. You can pop Crustle's Unite move, which gives you a shield, and then Buddy Barrier gives you a shield, and then Score Shield gives you a little bit of a shield, and you can't actually break through the person's Score Shield if any of the other shields are up. So if you have a Crustle who's able to get their Unite move up instantly and constantly, they could basically just score the entirety of the game, and you would never be able to stop them because their Unite move is always up. They always have 1,000 HP of shields. So this was ruining ranked play. It was ruining tournaments because you can't play bugged Pokemon in tournaments. And it was just an overall disaster, an absolute disaster, because this one is there's no trick to it. It's literally just if you die as Crustle, you get faster Unite charge. Totally ridiculous, right? And then let's talk about Lucario before I get into the next subject. So the Lucario bug was a bit of a different situation. You could absolutely do it accidentally, but more likely than not, you were doing it intentionally. And basically what you had to do was, Lucario with extreme speed. I know there's a whole debate, extreme speed versus power-up punch, yada, 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 yada. But after the release of this mobile patch, people were like, yo, extreme speed's doing a bajillion damage. What's up with that? And the way extreme speed works is, you can dash through multiple enemies and keep resetting your dash, but if you press the A button, if you go and press your basic attack at the end of extreme speed, you do a little twirly spin that is kind of like a modified basic attack, right? The problem came when if you were pressing the A button before you hit extreme speed, for some reason, it would just do quadruple the amount of damage for no reason at all. So like if you extreme speeded and then you pressed A, you did the spin, normal damage. If you held down A, then extreme speeded, it would still do the spin at the end, but the spin would basically one-shot you. And this is obviously problematic because you can reset this dash depending on how many Pokemon you run through. So you could literally just go through, quadruple damage, go through, quadruple damage, dash across the screen the other way, quadruple damage, and you could just one-shot people. And, I mean, it wasn't just like a pseudo one-shot, right? Like, I'll show, like, footage of, of me in the practice tool doing this against a Cinderace that's, like, 5 levels above me, and it still basically takes him to, like, 1% HP as, like, a super low-level Lucario. Like, the damage output was ridiculous. So, that one was probably more egregious because there was a ton of people going and intentionally using this to climb the ranked ladder. And that is just an absolute disaster for a ranked system that already was, like, let's be real, at least in my opinion, is a complete joke. You guys have seen my, like, this is killing Pokemon Unite, like, video. If you haven't, you can go check it out, where I talk about the ranked matchmaking system. But this was just nuts because you had people going and literally just, like, unlike the Crustle Bug, like the Crustle Bug, I think they're both, like, equally egregious in terms of, like, their impact, but one you had to put in a lot more work to, get the Lucario exploit to work. You know what I mean? And by the way, all the footage I'm showing you here is just in the practice tool right before it was patched. Wouldn't dare touch this or do this in a real game, even though I'm sure there was plenty of people that accidentally did the Crustle one. And we know there's plenty of people high up on the ladder intentionally doing the Lucario one. But yeah, both of these bugs, just absolutely ridiculous that they lasted so long. And that's what I really wanted to talk about. So the mobile patch was last Wednesday, and that's when these bugs were introduced. That's when these exploits were introduced. And they probably started gaining popularity, Thursday, Friday, into Saturday. And they were around until basically Sunday night, Monday morning, when a patch was able to be put through. And a lot of people were, myself included, were, like, happy that they were able to be fixed without a major patch. But if you look at the industry standard, in my opinion, is that these characters should have been disabled the moment a whiff of this exploit was found. Like, the moment it happened. Because having these types of bugs around, having something this big around for 4 days is wild, guys. I mean, it's wild. Like, it ruins the foundation of Pokemon Unite. It ruins the foundation of any MOBA. And that's why it's so, strictly watched in other games, right? Like League of Legends, a new character comes out, and if there is something 1/10 of this size, that is found to be buggy about that character's instantly disabled, and everyone's working to put a hotfix in to fix that character and put it back out. Okay, it doesn't require a major patch. Maybe some characters or some really insane exploits do, but for the most part, character should be immediately disabled so that it doesn't interrupt everyone's gameplay, and a fix should be worked on. And while I'm happy that they were able to fix this without a major patch, like waiting till Wednesday when Mamoswine's coming out, having it sit around for 4 days and ruined ranked and standard and quick play and everything is just, it's bad. It's not good. It's not good. Because it's not like these effects are not long lasting. Like the blowback from these types of exploits being used is going to be felt for a while because you had a fairly sizable group of people intentionally using this Lucario one-shot bug to climb to ranks that they were not skilled enough to actually get to, and now a already joke of a ranked system is being flooded with even more players that are in a position where they shouldn't be. So you've got these people, I mean, like, really think about it. You've got these people who maybe are in a Great League, maybe you're a Great League player, which is no knock on people in the Great League, like, if that's your skill level, that's your skill level. But you have these Great League players who go and, they can't get into Expert. They can't get into Ultra. And so what do? They go and they use a Lucario one-shot bug in 4 days, and they climb up to Master by one-shotting everything with a bug. Now they can't drop out of Master, and they take all of their knowledge that they don't have from Great League, that they refuse to learn, and the crutch that is that Lucario bug is now gone. And they're just ruining Masters games. So it's just like that's going to persist for the next however long this season is. What is it, like 70 more days? Those people are going to be there unless Nintendo does something about it. Now, maybe you guys can inform me, because I don't play a ton of like online multiplayer Nintendo games, but I'm really curious what their general stance is on abusing stuff like this. Like, I feel like they take a pretty hardline stance when it comes to like exploits and stuff like that, but I'm really curious to see, and I'm curious what you guys have to say about, like, do you think that these people should be punished, and like what kind of punishment, fits the abuse of these exploits and these bugs, right? Like, some people might have been doing it accidentally, but some people we know for a fact high up in Masters were using this, to try and push for, ranked clout, for points, for numbers. So, like, what do you do? Like, do these people lose all of their, should they be booted out of ranked for the rest of the season? Should their accounts be suspended? Should their accounts be banned? This is like, in terms of like MOBA exploits, like this is one of the bigger ones that I've seen. Like, having something that can straight up one shot, having something that gives you infinite Unite moves, I mean, that just breaks the fabric of the game, and it ruins, the whole point of MOBAs is to have that competitiveness. And now, if does Unite already have that competitiveness? That's up for debate. Already talked about that in another video, but it just, for 4 days, like, everybody was just like, I'm not playing this. Like, what is, like, every single game there's a Lucario one-shotting people in a Crustle with infinite Unite move. Like, what is that? And so I really hope that the developers use this as a turning point, as like a learning tool for the future, where if something like this pops up again, these characters should be immediately disabled. Nobody should be able to play them, not in standard, not in ranked, nowhere. You disable the character, you work on a hotfix, which is, for those of you that don't know, it's like a minor patch on like the back end to fix a bug or something like that, and then the character gets re-enabled so that people can use it. You don't let these exploits sit around in the game and ruin the game for a long period of time. You just can't have that happening. But I want to know what you guys think. Let me know what you guys think about these bugs. Let me know, like, did you use them? Did you abuse them? What do you think should happen to people that did use and abuse them? I don't know. Like, it's pretty egregious in my opinion. You have these people, some people worked hard to get to Masters, and then if I'm, if I'm a person and I work hard to get to Masters, and then my buddy who just picked up the game doesn't know how to play, hopped on Lucario and one-shot people to Masters, I'd be like kind of upset. But I don't know like how Nintendo handles these things, and I'm curious to see, what they do. Like, are those people going to get booted off of ranked? Are they going to lose all their ranked rewards and, be suspended for the season? Are they going to be able to participate in next ranked season? Like, I'm curious what you guys think, because some of these, bugs, like the Crustle one, just happen naturally. But there's definitely people who probably like inted and did it on purpose. And the same thing with Lucario Bug. Like, 100% there was a lot of Lucarios doing this one-shot bug intentionally, but I'm sure there was a couple people who were just like pressing the A button, spamming it, and accidentally did it. So I want to know what you guys think. Let me know in the comments down below. Thank you so much for watching. We'll be back to our guides and our builds and everything like that, but I just had to talk about this because it's fresh on my mind, and I want to give people some perspective. Like, in other MOBAs, the policy is you immediately disable the character, and then you re-enable it once it's fixed. You don't let them sit around there for a while, but I am thankful that they at least didn't wait for the Mamoswine patch. So, but that's it for me, guys. Thank you so much for watching. Damocles out.